Hi, this is Guy, Scout Camp, the carving guy. Tonight we're going to carve the American Indian Brave. Doesn't matter what I carve, I always start off with the mailbox round loaf. This piece of wood is 1 3/4, just over 1 inch and about 3 inches long. So I'll give you an idea of what we have. This wood that we're carving tonight is some aspen. This is the one that we harvested last fall. It's still a little bit green, but it's right there in that intermittent. I should have either get it wet or let it dry. It's because either way is better than the middle stage. So get that side rounded off, flip it over. Don't go quite as far down on this side to round it and get the Indian head. Make sure that you take and always wear your glove, wrap your thumb in some Coban or put a thumb protector on. Always carve with your protection. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, it's time to lay out his face. We're going to come right up here. His hair part's over here, so the middle of his head's going to be right there. We're just going to take and come down and around and back out. Just so we know where we're at, we can kind of match it up a little bit. Take and lay it out, flip it around, come around, just make sure where we're at, come back and out. Okay, we're going to take and pop that out. Now that doesn't have to be too deep right there. Now when you carve, make sure you have a good sharp knife. It's kind of a sticky wood right there. So just break down, buy you a good healthy knife. I like those because they hold their edge really well. They have a little bit of flex in them. Now notice I'm using my thumb as my muscle, okay? This hand only holds the knife and gives it guidance and direction. So what we're doing is leaving a mound here on this side for the mouth. So we're coming down out of 45. So now we're going to just you can see the marks right there. That's the outline of where his nose will go. And you can see I took too much time and didn't get it in the middle, but that's okay. We're going to fix it. Just a minute, because I got his hair hanging out too. Now when you start to carve these, if you're going to do very many of them, I tell you to do 10 of them in a row. Okay, you can see his nose, kind of give you an idea of the depth. Now put your knife here, and let's get our mouth mound kind of laid out. We're just going to make that cut a little deeper so the wood will fall out. That's all. Okay, now flip it over. Let's do it to this side. Make this cut just a little deeper. So if you're going to carve and have a good time, get a good knife, a good piece of wood, and a Diet Coke, and you should be in good shape for a fun time to carve. Okay, we're going to work on his nose a little bit here. We're going to take that corner off, make sure they match up perfectly. Okay, on this cut here, you come from the outside, you swoop up and in toward the nose. Because we want to give those eyes a look of a little arch. You don't want to have a flat forehead coming across. Then where that, straighten that up just a teeny bit more. Okay, from right there, taper it down. Put your knife right here, curve up, give his nose a little curvature. And then we're going to take those corners off. much like that. Flip it around. And you can put in his nostrils. Chip it out. Okay, now we just got to put our knife blade in right there. Let's pop that wood out. Clean him up. See this line right there? We don't want that. So we're just going to take that wood off until it's gone. That should just about do it. Clean that out. Now, this side's deeper, so we're going to make this side even. We'll flip it around. Deepen it up. Okay, let's clean that nose off so it's about the same angle. Okay, then we're going to put in our mouth, come around, drop down. Let's take your knife, peel that wood out to your stock cut that we just put in. Okay, now it's going to come that way. Pop that right out. Okay, come from the side of his nair, come out, come down, come around, push with your thumb, a little grain shift right there in the wood, and it's a little bit harder. Just take your time, work it out. Okay, we're just cleaning it out right now. Don't want too much of that shredded wheat left in there. Okay, now we're ready to go to work. Just gonna clean that off a teeny bit more. Okay. See that line? We don't want that, so we're just going to remove it while we're right here. Just a teeny bit deeper. And now it's gone, and I'm much happier with it. Okay. For our mouth, we're just going to come across and down. Now we're going to relieve some of that wood, put a little V in it. Then we're going to take our knife and open it up. That was probably a little too much, but that'll be okay. Okay, you can see his mouth cut right there. Now we're going to put in the bottom lip. So that comes down almost on a 45, and you're just going to relieve it. Okay, so now come from your chin and work up to it. Okay, now we have his lip put in. Now come back, and we're going to make it, just take that off a little bit, give him some lip. Pop that off, come on. They usually fall off, but when you're trying to do it for camera, then it won't. Okay. Now we have his mouth. You want this little corner, take that little triangle chip out. Do the same on this side, on both of them. Okay. His forehead looks pretty bulky still. So put your knife right there in the middle, slide it all the way down, put it on a little V. Same on this side here. So we're doing the Indian Brave tonight. I was visiting my grandson in Florida, and a couple of his buddies are getting close to getting their eagles, and they needed their wood carving merit badge. And they wanted to do the Indian brave, but only had wood there to do a couple little football players. So if we do the video, they can follow along, and maybe someone else would like to do it with them or see what the craziness. Okay, right here's the edges of his hair. Come on up, and then we're going to take, just pop that out. But you're cut. Now push with your thumb. If you push with this hand and it goes through that block of wood, it's going to go all the way through your hand. This is the cut we just put in right here. So then you can put your string through it. Okay, we're going to round off his chin, flip it around. We chipped him a little bit, that's okay. We want to take that up just a little bit right there. Okay, take his cheek and blend it down. Okay, on this side here, put your knife, come in so it's nice and deep. Now try to match them up the same. Okay, then come on in. That's why I said make that nice and deep, because that's your stop cut. That's going to be the edge of your feather. I don't know, maybe it'd be easier, better if I played music in here so you didn't have to hear my voice, but I'm always wanting to know, hey, how deep are you cutting that? Can you show me how deep it is? And so if I have somebody talking to me, I can get a little bit more out of the instructions. So this knife is a little bit on an angle when you take that out. So what we're doing is putting the vein in the middle of that feather. Watch where your tip of your knife is. Slide it up, remove it. But I can just trim it just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and put his part in, right there. Now, I didn't take time to put his eyes in like I did the one I have here for demo, but if you look at my other videos, you can see exactly how to do those eyes. And I just don't want to take up everybody's, too much of people's time. I'm just going to round that off. Keep your thumb down, out of the way. There's our part coming in. Okay, then you flip your knife around. Come down right there. That will come right out. Just round it up. Take your dockyard tool, give him some hair. Gotta clean that up right there for you. Just cleaning him up. Got a little bat in the cave here, so we've got to clean that nose up. Okay, now we got to put his hair holders in. Right over here, put his hair holders in. I should have been a little lower on that cut, but that's all right. By the time you get it painted, people don't look at it and go, hey, you haven't got your elastic bands in your hair the same distance, Mr. Indian. Okay, here we go. We got a finished detail on our feather. Put it in, the line right there, come up on an angle. Okay, now we want them to match. There's our American Indian Brave. Now, they asked me how you wear these. I just put them on. If you don't have a woggle or a bolo, you can flip it over. Pull your bandana up through. And then you can flip it back around and tighten it. Tighten it up and hold it and use it as a neckerchief slide to hold it in place. So you can put it on and wear it just like you do your wood badge beads and flip it over. Happy carving, hope it helps. Enjoy the video.